water, my friend.
All right, so the third week of June, we have been working the back mount. All right, last couple weeks, we worked on entering the back, how to maintain the back, and keeping the back position, right? This week, we're gonna go over submissions. All right, so for today's lesson, we're gonna go over 3 different variations from the rear naked choke. All right, we're also gonna go over triggers, steps, and an obvious the submission. All right, so I'm going to take Chris's back. And so while we're here in the back, right, we went over a different set of checklists, right? And our checklist consists of keeping our spines together, right? Having a seatbelt, keeping my spine with Chris's spine nice and lined up, keeping my chin over the trap, and just leveling ear to ear. All right, when we take the back here, right, I have this seatbelt. So try to think of taking the back as getting into your car, right? The first thing when you do when you get into your car is put on your seatbelt, right? If not, what's gonna happen? You're gonna get a ticket, right? Yeah, you're gonna get a ticket, and then you gotta pay for it. So same thing. If you don't put on the seatbelt, your consequence will be losing the back. So when you take it, first things first is your seatbelt, okay? Now, what am I doing here? Is I'm covering the choke in hand, okay? Now, this is just a bait. It's like a decoy, and it's also like a trap, okay? Now, when I have my seatbelt, I don't want to keep my choke in hand low. I want to keep it nice and high up, okay? Now, when we're in this position here, what am I looking for? So I have my bait. I'm looking for my partner to start defending. So as he starts to pull down on that trap, on that decoy, my choke in hand is going to start to come up, okay? The way I like to think about it is like pointing your thumb to your chest here. Okay, so as I want to point my thumb to my chest here, I'm also connecting the curve of my wrist right onto Chris's neck. Okay, so as soon as he strips, that's my cue, right? That's my trigger. So as soon as he pulls, I'm pointing my thumb to my chest here. Okay, now since we're in no-gi, I can't grab on to the fabric. Okay, so I have to use my fingers. Okay, so what am I grabbing on right now? The back of his shoulder, right? I'm grabbing onto the bone. All right. Once I grab onto the bone, let's turn this way, Chris. Thank you. Once I grab onto the bone here, I'm using my fingers to keep driving and crawling, and establishing a good grip. Okay. Why? Just in case my partner starts to pull, my arm is not going to fatigue. Right. Common mistake is people, they try to grab here and they're like doing this with their fingers. So what happens? As he starts to pull, I'm losing position, and now he's successfully defended. Okay, so when we're here, it's like rock climbing, right? You don't want to let go of the rock, right? What's going to happen? You're going to fall. So as soon as you get a grip, you're crawling, establishing a good grip, and you're gripping using your fingers. All right. So let's turn back this way, Chris. So once my partner, right, he pulls that decoy down, I point my thumb to my chest here, and I use my fingers to crawl, establishing a good grip. Okay. Now, what's my right hand doing? I think of it like a baseball, like a catcher. I'm here, open palm, and I'm trying to catch his palm. Okay. Once I catch his palm, I want to get it away from me. So the process of elimination. I want this hand out of my way, out of sight. Okay. So the first submission that we're going to go over is this single arm rear naked choke. Okay. Now, how does this work? Connecting the wrist, the curve of your wrist here to the neck here, you're like essentially putting the blade right to his neck here. Okay. So once I establish a good grip and I catch his hand here, what I'm going to do with my left elbow is start to peel it back. So as I start to peel it back, that's my first sub. All right. Let's say as I try to peel it back, Chris is going to defend with his left hand. Start to pull down, and I'm pulling, and I can't finish. Okay. So the way I like to think about it, I organize my techniques. So my second move will be my rear naked choke. Okay. So let's say I'm in this situation where I'm trying to finish him and I just can't. He's doing a good job of defending. I'm going to release my right hand. My right hand's going to come underneath, palm down, and I kind of like to think of it like I'm diving. My fingers are diving in. So elbow nice and high up, and my palm is crossing over the top of my hand. Okay. Very important. Common mistake is people do this, and they try to lock it up. right? It's incorrect, right? Because he sees the move coming. So this is a very common mistake. People grab and then he starts to defend, okay? So we want to be stealthy here. So I'm working on my first sub. It's not working. He's defending. I release, palm down, elbow up. My fingers are going to cross over my knuckles. As they cross over my knuckles, I'm going to flare my fingers up. Again, I'm catching. And as I keep threading, the dead end is going to be at the end of my elbow. Okay? And I lock it in. Okay? If you guys have ever played tennis, you're going to do a backhand. So the back of your hand is going to be pushing Chris's chin down. Okay? So we're here. I'm going for the choke. He defends. I release. Elbow up. He can't see what I'm doing. I cross over my knuckles. I flare my fingers out. I go all the way to the end. The back of my hand is now pushing Chris's chin down. And I also like to expand my chest. So I take a deep breath, push down, and finish. All right? So one more time from here. Let's start from the beginning. He pulls, come to my chest. I connect, kind of like Legos, grab the back. I might get the sub. If not, if he defends, I'm going to go to my second plan, my plan B. I'm underneath. Fingers go over the knuckles. Elbow up. Go all the way. Back of the hand. I like to take a deep breath. Pull my elbow back. And as I'm pushing the back of my hand on the top of his crown, bring his chin down. All right. Now the third option. Okay. Let's say we're back at the first option here. He's defending. Same thing. As I release, okay, we're going to go for that L-frame rear naked choke. So if I can't get that rear naked choke, I have another option. Palm down, palm up, and I connect. Okay. Very common mistake that students do is that they go like this, right? Their thumbs are over their index finger. Okay. So monkey grip here, and we're going to go palm to palm here. Okay. This is the way I think of it is like it's vacuum seal. It's very tight. Boom. Okay. So palm down, palm up. As I get the palm down and palm up, let's turn this way, Chris. Perfect. My right elbow is going to go behind Chris's spine here. And what's the mechanics? Okay. The mechanic is here. I'm using my right elbow to push his back as I drive my left elbow back. Okay. Over here, palm to palm. Bring my elbow back. And I like to bring my elbow close to his spine here, as far as close as I can to the spine here. Okay, over here, my wrist is nice and loose. Boom, and I start to drive my elbow forward as I drive my elbow back. Okay, so we have 3 different variations to the rear naked choke, and they all combine with each other, right? And they all can work in different situations. Any questions? All right. Other than that, let's get one person working. And after that, we'll continue. All right. On to you. 1, 2. Drill it. Thank you, Chris.
Water, my friend.